So that's when I began to develop my spiritual health with watching sermons, praying more, reading the Bible more, just watching things that really poured into me, being intentional with those things. And it was good. Like everything was going well. I was learning about myself, becoming better, and the direction in my life that I wanted to go. Because I'm not gonna lie, being in that relationship, I lost myself. I lost who I was because I never did what I wanted to do. I only did what he wanted to do, which was nothing. And like I was very ambitious. I told y'all like I wanted to be a lawyer and all that other stuff, and that was my direction. That was my path in school, but like I would bring him like ideas or things that I was interested in doing, and he'll shut it down or say it's impossible or I can't do it or question how I'm gonna do it or all that other stuff. And I remember one time we was having a conversation and he was like, you have more so of a Malcolm X mentality, and I think more like Martin Luther King. And I'm like, I was so confused with that statement because I didn't talk about bringing like violence, using weapons. I didn't talk nothing that. So it's like, what are you? He was asleep. He was still sleeping. That was well, whatever. But I really lost myself and questioned myself, and I was finna drop out of school because I just didn't know what to do anymore. Like I lost the passion, I lost the desire. It's like he killed the hope in me to like do what it is that I thought I wanted to do. And I was like, well, maybe I can go to school for accounting or, something like that, something easy. I'm good at math, I'm good at numbers. It's quick, easy, go in, do the job, go home. And I really couldn't. I ended up dropping out of school for a year again because it's like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's like, what am I going to school for? What am I? I'm just doing it at this point. I'm forcing myself through it, and it's just like I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's happening or what's going on or what's next for me because, again, he just was he was really not supportive, and he really influenced me in losing myself, losing my ambition, losing the sense of direction. And so when I started, got this new job, that's where things started to come back together. Like, I always credit God with giving me that job because I kept asking this man to, allow me to quit, and God forced a situation where I ended up having to leave, and provided me with something far much better, far much more peaceful, where I can have more peace and time to speak with him and connect with him and learn him and, just involve him in my life more. I am beyond grateful for that because it started to put the pieces back to me that was once lost in that dynamic. And I was still, in the midst of me, figuring myself out or whatever. Now I was still with this person, and I remember that year I ended up shaving my head off, and because it's my again with the chemo and stuff, my hair began to thin. So in September, that's when I ended up shaving my head. And I kid you not, like me and him, we had another disagreement once again, and again, just stressing me out. And we had another disagreement, and I remember going to the room just so frustrated, so mad. And this where the Most High really, that's where I learned that the Most High actually do speak to me. Like what I be hearing is not me or my own thoughts or whatever, not that was God. And so I'm laying in the bed, and this was actually a few days after I ended up shaving my head off. My hair off. And he ended up like I couldn't move. I couldn't think for myself. I was just stuck there, like just here, like this. And I remember trying to gain back control because that never happened to me. And I'm seeing her at least trying to gain back control of my mind. I couldn't even think about the ex that I was with name. I'm sitting here trying so hard. What is this man's name? And then that's when God spoke a word to me, giving me direction, clarity on what it is that I needed to do in my life and what it is that I needed to make happen, basically telling me that I needed to focus on myself and, prioritize myself, my needs, and not give too much attention to, that individual, basically telling me to lead an individual. And we were, again, this is September, so our lease was coming up, and I remember going back out once God released me. Actually, no. I went to go shower first. Here's another crazy thing. I went to go shower because he said go shower. So I went to go shower. And I'm showering and God was like, get on, like drop down and like submerge yourself in the water. And I remember before I could even finish my thought saying, I'm not doing that. Like before I could even finish that thought, my whole body just dropped on its own. And it was just so purifying, so cleansing, so needed, and after that moment, it's like I just became new in a sense. I became aware of the journey of what's going on. Like that was truly the beginning, the spark of my journey. And that was in 2018, about September. And so after I done took my shower or whatever not, man, I came a long way. I went out to my ex and I was like, are you sure we should even be planning to move together, like move into this new place together or whatever? And he's like, yeah, we should still, do that. And like the place that we were moving into was a lot of money. It was a nice, super nice place. And I'm like, okay, but everything in me was like, no, you should not do it. You should not sign that lease with him. But again, it's in the beginning of my journey, and so I still did. And I remember this ex of mine calling me naive and gullible. And at first, I took that very like harshly, but then I realized, yeah, I was naive. Yes, I was very much so gullible because, again, I should have left you a long time ago. I should have, but yeah. But yeah, I was being naive. I was being gullible. I just thought when people get in relationships and dynamics that they act a certain way, that they be a certain way, like they care for another individual. Like, why would you ask to be in a dynamic with me if you're not going to be that person for me? Like I was just he messed up my whole understanding of like relationships and dynamics. I was so confused because like, what? Why would you do that? I just thought like you get in a relationship, you be there for your person, support your person or whatever, not and vice versa, that's your person now. But yeah, no, welcome to reality. So then we ended up leaving and signing that lease. That's where everything began to change.